So a lot of the young players have come in and did very, very well for Chelsea this season, but the latest cab off the rank, flying down in the outside lane, is Reece James, and he's been brilliant. Now, his tackling's been great this season, his good use of the ball's been good as well. However, his crossing has been off the scale, and for someone who used to cross the ball for a living, you have to be good to impress me. And boy, has he impressed me, but for a number of reasons. Number one, if you're going to actually cross the ball well, try and get it between the centre-backs and the goalkeeper, and it's unstoppable. You can't do anything about that. He was doing this when he's playing with the youngsters. But have a look at this for a start here. This is exactly the ball that you want to play. So we'll have a look at what he does. Get it in there, but it's not just get it in there. Anyone can actually go and put it in that sort of area. You've got to put it in there with pace, because if it's too slow, keeper can come and get it. So with a bit of pace there, unstoppable. Once again, this is actually the same game, but it's a different play. It does it all the time, and it makes it look really easy. Remember, many players hit that first man. He never, or very rarely, hits the first man, and that's unstoppable for the goalkeeper there. Now, this other thing I like about him as well. Do you know when that ball isn't on? That's his favourite ball. Zip it in, near post between them. However, if you look at it in this occasion here, I don't think it's on, because whatever you do there, the goalkeeper's probably going to come out and get it. What you're having to do now is think of what's the next option. Well, the next option is to make sure that you hit that area, because that's where the space is, and you can go and attack that space there. Is he capable of doing it? Has he got the vision to be able to do that? Yeah, of course he has. Brilliant ball, back post there, and it's another goal he's made. Now this bit I really love. Put it in the right area, nice easy cross. Tammy puts it away for another goal. However, this is the bit that really gets me, right? Have a look at what he does here. The ball's really close to his foot there. He has to take a touch to get it out of his feet. Where you want to go is roughly about there. Get the ball out about there so you can swing your foot round it. But look what happens. He gets the ball out, but it doesn't really come out of his feet. He's very, very close to it. Now, just show you here. Close. Keep your eye on that, right? So the ball's really close to his foot there. Really tight. That's hard to get your foot around it. But he does it all the time. Now, there's a reason for it, and I'll tell you in a minute why he does it. Beautiful ball in there. But that's an unusual position you have to get your body into. Once again, almost exactly the same thing. Have a look at his feet. Have a look at where the ball actually is there. It's a very, very strange thing. I don't think that's a crossing position. You want the ball to be slightly outside your right foot there, or else from that position, what you're actually naturally going to do is you're going to play it with the outside of your foot. So when I'm seeing that position there, I actually don't think he can get the ball into that area where he wants to get it into, because his body shape's all wrong and his feet's in the wrong direction. However, have a look what happens. He gets his foot round it. It is different class. Does it all the time. Absolutely superb at it. And you know what? If you can do it in that situation, why don't you do it if you're going to score a goal as well? But once again, look where his foot is, right beside the ball. I think it's too close, but he manages to manipulate his body in a certain way, and that's basically just a cross. It just happens to be into the goal. This is classic. That's bordering on unstoppable. Just the same sort of area. Don't almost need to say anything more about it. You know where he's going to put it. Ball's a wee bit close to his feet again. Usual stuff, but strikers always say the same thing. Get it in quickly. That's what he does, and that's why we get all the chances. This is one of my favourite ones. This is an unstoppable cross, but I'm going to stop here just for a different reason completely. Great cross, really, really hard to stop, but have a look at what's going on in the background. Ross Bartley saying, that is such a good cross, I'm going to applaud it. Pedro's saying, that's such a good cross. Callum Hudson-Odoi saying, that's such a good cross, I'm going to applaud it. That's actually how good he is. As footballers, we know he's not just good at crossing the ball, he's like Beckham, he's like Trent Alexander-Arnold. He is that standard, and boy, if he keeps on doing that, we're going to score an awful lot of goals. Loving what he's doing so far, and he's unstoppable. And he can only get better, which is a bit scary.
And just finally, you've spoken about Reece playing as that right centre-back.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was brilliant against Vinicius and against Wilfried Zaha. He was so brilliant as a right wing-back against Arsenal earlier in the season. It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yes. So what do you do with Reece James, given he's so brilliant in both positions?
I think that, but I think that the back three is a little bit less demanding physically, like in comparison to the wing-back position, and given the fact that he comes from a long injury and from a muscle injury, from a re-injury over so many weeks, it's a bit of an advantage to have him in the back three because it's less demanding physically. And this is anyway the next step. How many games can he play as a wing-back if he plays wing-back during a season? Reliable, like on a level where he's decisive. It's a bit less demanding physically in terms of accelerations, long accelerations and high speed on the back three. And that helps us to have him on the pitch for more minutes, and that's why he plays in there. He can play both positions brilliantly, and we only have him once, so we need to decide. But that's the reason at the moment.
So, Reece, you think his best position is wing back?
I love him in both positions, I have to say. Frank,
last month you said you believe Reece James could be a big player for Chelsea this season. Did we get a sense of why you believe that tonight?
I think in end product you did, because his assists and his goal. And his game will get much better. He's been out a long time and he's only played sort of minimal minutes in the 23s. But yeah, Reece's performances last year at Wigan, he's in the team of the year in the Championship, showed the talent he's got. I think he's going to be a big player for this club. He's got a great player and person to look up to in Azpilicueta, who's in his position. And as he improves and he works hard, and he will do, he showed his real qualities on the ball today. So that's just a start for Reece.
Can you tell me a little bit about the wing backs, about Reece James's finishing, and maybe even about the tactical switch of James coming inside a lot in the second half?
If he did so, he did it on his own, but he is allowed to come inside. It's not a problem. It's just about like that all spaces where we want to attack from are that we have players in all the spaces where we want to be dangerous. So if there's like a winger pinning wide or waiting wide, it is absolutely allowed to attack the half space from a wing back. In general, I think this counts for every team who plays in that system. The wing backs, we need the wing backs to arrive also in the box in the end of our attacks, to increase the chance of scoring and creating goal chances. I think for the first goal, it was a brilliant dribbling from in the attack with the two, Chile and Callum on the left side, and Cali won his 1-against-1. So Ruben arrived in a dangerous position in the box. Kai was there in the box, and this is what it takes in the end to have maybe a rebound or have a second chance for a goal, and Reece took it brilliantly.
All right, Thomas, well done. Has he been working on his finishing, or is that just a natural part of his game? Because Romelu or Timo would be happy with with goals like that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but then we can try if they. Maybe we need to try them as wingbacks. You know, it's a complex game, and I think that Reece cannot score if Callum does not do the dribbling, and maybe Callum cannot do the dribbling if not Chile is opening the space. And I think that we were dangerous on the first post with Kai in the middle of the goal with Ross, and in the second post even with Ruben, and then it's possible to score on the far post. So that's why sometimes our strikers are also sacrificing to create chances and spaces for the others. So it will always be like this. But shooting, you absolutely don't need to exercise shooting with Reece. He shoots like a horse, like he did always.
I've never seen a horse shoot, so I wouldn't know. But the results were certainly great for you elsewhere today as well, weren't they?